Today, I'm going to talk about the victimhood mentality and how it's an easy trap to fall into. So, basically, victimhood is when you believe that you are in a perpetual state of undeservedness, basically. Like something or someone has wronged you and you've been unlucky and life is not what it should be. And this can often lead to a sense of moral entitlement that basically, because you've been wronged, and you may genuinely have been wronged, by the way, but the problem with that line of thinking is then it could entitle you to wrong others or to do unethical things because it makes up for the injustice you've suffered. The problem with this is it basically relinquishes control over your life to externals and effectively makes it more likely that you'll be a victim in the future, rather than basically taking responsibility for what comes next. If you think about it, responsibility is your ability to respond, responsibility. And so when you take responsibility for your future, it doesn't mean that you are saying that everything that happened to you was your fault. You're just saying, I have some control over what I choose next. And when you do then choose, things go much better. You can learn, you can progress, you can grow, and even if bad things happen, you can still make them better over time. The other problem with victimhood is it kind of alienates you from the world. You'll either congregate with other victims and engage in like pity parties, or you will slowly push away the people around you who might want to help you but don't know how because you're perpetually a victim. A lot of victims go through this and they come out realizing, something they call survivor mentality, that they're a survivor, not a victim, and that helps them reorient in a more positive direction that's growth focused and future focused rather than focused on the past. And I think this can be helpful for a lot of people who feel like they have no control, who feel like things are happening to them and they're not the ones who are able to decide what happens next. And especially, I think this can really hurt close relationships and family and friends. So it's worth asking yourself, what is the response you have when something bad happens? The other nice thing about it is when good things happen, you can take responsibility for that too, right? And you can be glad about those things and you can build upon them. So yeah, I think victimhood is surprisingly easy to fall into. It's an insidious trap. It can happen as quickly as, two or three negative occurrences in a row, and then you start to feel like these things always happen to you and they'll continue to happen to you. And then subconsciously you will look for those patterns and they'll reinforce themselves. So the best thing to do to break that cycle is to start looking for some positives, start building some gratitude, and see what you can build upon, what you can do that would help create more positives in your life. It also helps to be surrounded by others with a similar mentality, because if you're surrounded by people who are pushing the narrative of your victimhood and reinforcing it, then that's what you will end up believing. So yeah, it's very important to pick your friends wisely.